everyone, hope you all are well. I'm kicking things off today by prepping the eye area with my trusty Urban Decay Primer Potion. I'm just adding a few swipes of this to my lid, and then I'm using the Sigma 3D HD blending brush to buff and blend that primer into the skin. And the primer is just going to help our shadows to apply and blend with ease, to last all day long, and to appear as pigmented as possible. So I was digging through my collection and I came across the Urban Decay Naked Reloaded eyeshadow palette, and I decided I would focus today's look around this palette. So the first shade I'm taking is called Boundaries, and this is a light warm brown shadow and it has a satin finish to it. I've just picked up some of this shadow on the brush that came in the Urban Decay Naked Honey eyeshadow palette, and I'm using the fluffy side, so this brush is double-ended, but I'm using the fluffy end now just to blend that shadow into the crease. And as I've mentioned before, a shade like this pairs well with any colour. So if you want to do a purple look, a green, a black, a transition shade of this tone in the crease, you can't go wrong with. So I'm just applying one layer of this shadow. This is all in real time just to show you how easy it is to blend, and the fact that it is a satin finish just helps that process along. So I've just blended from the crease up and out towards the tail of the brow to elongate the eye, and then I've faded the shadow up towards the brow bone. Now I flip my brush around and I'm using that smaller dense side. It's a nice smudger head brush, and I've picked back up the shadow now and I'm just sweeping this down along the lower lash line, making sure that it connects up on that outer edge. And if you really want a nice smoky feel to this look, you can flip the brush around and use that fluffy side just to fade out those edges. Next then, I'm taking the shade Booked, and this is more of a medium warm toned brown, and this shadow has a matte finish to it. I'm starting out by tapping and sweeping the shadow down on the outer third of the eye, and when I have less product on my brush, I'm then using larger circular motions to pull this colour up and across the crease. And I actually forgot about this palette entirely. It's one that's still part of their current line, and I think it's around the €45 mark. If you like your neutral shades, the palette has a great selection. There's 12 shadows in a range of textures, from silky mattes to metallics to iridescent micro shimmers, and each and every one has a beautiful velvety texture which just ensures that they blend like a dream. So what I've just done now is I've applied this shadow in a couple of layers to build up the intensity, and once I'm then happy with the finish, I'm flipping my brush around again and I'm using that smaller dense side just to sweep that same shadow down along the lower lash line. Next then, I'm taking the eyeshadow Endgame, which is a semi-matte dark brown eyeshadow, and I've just picked up some of this shadow on the tip of my brush, and I'm still using that same brush, which is okay to do because I have been building up my colours from light to dark, so that makes sure then that I don't get a muddy appearance to my shadows. So I'm just using this shade to add some depth. I've started by swirling this from lash line on the outer third of the eye right up to the crease on the outer third, and then I'm going in with a very small amount more of that shadow, and I'm buffing this carefully and gradually across the crease. I just want to make sure that it doesn't cover up all the work that I've previously done. I just want a hint of that colour to add some depth. I'm now taking the shade Dreamweaver, which is a gorgeous warm sparkly taupe eyeshadow, and I'm picking this up on a blank canvas flat C-shaped brush. So I've just spritzed my brush with some of the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, the glow version, just to really make those shimmery particles pop, and then I'm pressing that shadow down onto the bare part of my eyelid. Then I'm moving back down to the lower lash line and I'm using that brown eyeshadow Endgame once again, just to smudge some of this into the lashes, and then I'm looping it up onto the eyelid, just again making sure that everything connects up nicely. For liner then, I'm going in with this gorgeous metallic brown pencil from NARS. It's a lovely rich brown, and I'm just lining the waterline, and I like to blink as I'm applying to prevent my eyes from watering and ruining my makeup, or alternatively I'll close my eye around the pencil because that way my eye definitely won't water, and it's a bonus too because it coats the top and bottom waterline at the same time. Then I'm going in with a matte black eyeshadow from the Urban Decay Naked 2 eyeshadow palette just to finish off the look. And I've picked this up on an angled brush from my Vanity Planet brush set. And I'm using this brush to press that black eyeshadow along the upper lash line so that I have a nice base for the lashes that I'm going to be applying. And then I'm kind of flicking it upwards as I apply just to smudge it out. Then I'm switching to the lower lash line and I'm just applying that black eyeshadow on the outer third, just pressing it into the lash line. To add a touch of brightness then to the eye now, I'm using the shade Bribe on a small Sigma pencil brush, and I'm adding this to around the tear duct of the eye just so that it provides a nice bit of brightness to that area. And with what's left on my brush then, I'm going to lightly dust this under the arch of the brow just to add a subtle highlight to that area. So I've applied some lashes now from Eyelure, and then I'm using the Lancome Lash Idol mascara to coat the bottom lashes, and then I'm also using the mascara to marry my own lashes in with the false ones. But then that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you found it helpful and easy to follow. If you did, please do let me know, and if there's anything that you would like to see in my next video or upcoming videos, do let me know in the comment section below too, and I'll catch you all really soon.